While world leaders are facing a challenge to find a united strategy in the fight against terror, the Syrian Army's battle against ISIL on the ground continues. It's gained a crucial victory this week, liberating a key government airbase in Aleppo. These are some of the latest pictures from the area held by Islamic State since 2013. RT's Lizzie Phelan managed to gain access to the airbase just days after it was retaken.
We're finally on the road to Aleppo, on the stretch of road from Khanasa to Aleppo that just over a week ago it wasn't possible to drive on this road because it had come under the control of ISIL forces. So the sun's going down and we're hoping to arrive in no longer than an hour. So the army is very reluctant. Actually, they're not going to let us go to the airbase tonight because it's getting very dark and the road's still not 100% safe. They say that when it gets dark, ISIL fighters target moving lights. So obviously the cars are full of lights with mortars and domestically produced rockets. So we're going to have to skip going to the base tonight, unfortunately, and head there first thing in the morning. Good morning. So we're finally on the road to Kuweires Airbase. We're hoping to arrive in about half an hour. It's a pretty difficult road, as you can see, so we can understand now why the army didn't want us to travel last night in the dark along this road. The destruction of the villages on the road to Kweires is extremely fresh, as you can see. Up until a few days ago, all of these villages were under the control of the Islamic State, and the army had to retake them one by one in order to finally break the siege of Kweires Airbase. When the Islamic State took over vast parts of north and eastern Syria last year, they overran most of the Syrian Army's military installations. The last one that they tried to attack was here, the Kweires military airbase in the eastern Aleppo countryside, but they didn't manage to succeed. The soldiers here, despite being under relentless attack for the last 3 years, we can see everywhere that we step bits of shrapnel and bullets from the relentless attacks that they've been facing. They managed to withstand those attacks, and in the last few days this airbase has been liberated. The siege was broken.
It was vital for us to protect the airbase and destroy the terrorists who were recruited from all over the world to fight in our land. They didn't have the guts to fight us face to face. Instead, they planted car bombs or sent in suicide bombers to intimidate us.
Now, it's impossible to understate the conditions which they were living. On top of being under relentless attack, the army was unable to drop them supplies because their helicopters were being shot down by Islamic State fighters. So the soldiers here tell us that they've been living off wheat that they managed to grow on this land, that they had the facilities to make bread out of, and some fruit and vegetables that they were also able to grow. Some weeks they were only able to eat every couple of days.
When the war began, my son, who came to liberate me, was only 16 years old. We would talk on the phone and he would promise that he'd come for me. He wasn't even in the army then, just a high schooler. And now he's 20 and he came and saved me.
These are the graves where some of the soldiers who were killed during the last 3 years have been laid to rest. Many of them were killed in August this year when around 1,000 Islamic State fighters launched a fierce offensive on this base, attacking with heavy artillery. Many of the others were killed by mines laid by the Islamic State and mortars.